Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. As always, I am Tactical Bacon, and I will be your guide this evening. So, the focus of today's video will be my SOG Powerlock multi-tools. The Seal Pup's just here for flavor. You know. So, the two multi-tools, I've had this one since October of 2010. This one I bought June of this year. Really reliable, really great tools. Not much difference between the two of them. They are different models. Both models, they're basically the same. Same handles, same gear drive, same plier heads. But the configuration of the extra tools that these are in are currently not available on SOG's website. Excuse me. They have made upgrades, or changes rather, in the 6 years of production between these two models. The older one, you can see it uses a 1/4 inch bolt, 1/4 inch head, hex head bolt to hold it all together, to hold the tools in, to hold the plier heads in, the jaws in. And the tool covers on the side are just there. Nothing holds them in. With the newer one, they use a 2mm Allen key head bolt to hold it together. So, if you need to take yours apart for cleaning, or you want to swap some tools around, something like that, then now you need either a 1/4 inch or a 2mm Allen. Another change they made is on these little handle covers. The newer ones are dimpled on the side. You can see right there, and so that helps hold those in. It's a little harder to get them to come open, but it's not too bad. One thing I mentioned a moment ago I want to feature prominently in here is the gear drive they use. And what this does is, not only does it make the tool open and close very smoothly, it also acts as a force multiplier. They claim that it will double the force input through the handles into the jaws of the pliers. I don't know if that exact number is correct, but I do know that it is much easier to cut items with these than it is with a standard pair of pliers. And you can see, as the handles open, they open much further. The handles move further than the jaws do. So let's go over what these include. First thing you can notice, you got your numbers on here. It goes up to 9 3/8, so you can measure something. You got yourself a rudimentary ruler. You've got wire cutters, open jaws, needle nose jaws, and down here you've got a blasting cap crimper. I don't know where you're going to see much use of this, the average person in everyday life, but it's there. You can also use this below it to crimp butt connectors or spay connectors onto wires, primarily with automotive electronics. Unintended use that I found for it. Works pretty well. The tools that are included with it, you got your fairly standard stuff. You've got a file. You've got a double-sided, of course. You've got a can opener with a medium flathead screwdriver end. You've got a number 1 Phillips screwdriver head. You've got a large standard screwdriver head. Their terms, not as far as large, medium, small on these screwdriver heads. Maybe 3/8 of an inch, 5/16 maybe. I'm not sure. Hey, I know. We can measure it on the other one. 1/4 inch. The large screwdriver head is 1/4 inch. And this one's got the V cutter, seatbelt cutter. Closest model they've got to this one on their website is the, I want to say part number B63. This is where it differs a little bit. So you got your knife blade sharpened on one side. Got the serrations on it, very pointy. You've got a can opener, beats the good old P38. We got a very small, 1/8 of an inch screwdriver head. You've got your awl, very pointy, good for poking holes and stuff. And then you've got a blasting cap punch. You have C4 punch that makes a hole size for a blasting cap. Another thing that they do nicely on these Powerlocks, when you open up the tools, you got the spring-loaded button on the back. And it snaps into these notches on the back of your tools. So once they're locked in, and they don't push closed on you till you hit that button and release them. Also holds them closed when they're in there, although it's designed to be able to pop under it, so you can still pull it out without pressing on that button. Just a slight retention there. So there's the new one. The old one, as you'll see in a second, I need to send in to be repaired. Trying to pull a rather sizable chunk of metal out of a tire, and well, it's 6 years old. It gave up the ghost. So I need to send this in for warranty. But you would not believe the use and abuse that this thing has seen and withstood. This one does have a few differences compared to the other one. On this one, you've got your file on the same side as the can opener, the number 1 Phillips, and the awl. But this one has a wood saw on it, and it works. I've also used it on polymer. It holds its edge very well. Handy little saw to have. Good for, you know, I wouldn't want to saw a whole bunch of wood, but if you're in a life or death situation, it'll work. On the side with the knife, you've got your bottle opener, your screwdriver bit. You've also got a 1/4 inch socket drive, so 1/4 inch drive socket, and it has, this one's a little different. It's got a locking tab 90 degrees on it, so you can lock it like so, get some torque on it, and it'll also lock at the 180 degree mark, so you can spin it pretty easy. Lastly, it's got some scissors. You know, nothing too fancy, just it's a multi-tool. It's meant to cover all your bases to a certain extent. It does a little bit of everything well, but it doesn't do any one thing perfectly. I wouldn't say great. Normally they say it doesn't do any one thing great, but this is such a great little tool. Honestly, this one is what made me into such a big fan of SOG. After I bought this and used it for a while, and it did so well, that's when I went back and got the knife and was equally impressed. And then after I broke this one, I went out and bought this one here, just so I could have a second one. Another thing they both have, you can see this ring right here. If you loosen up the bolt, it pivots out so you can put something like a keychain on it. And there's some slight differences in how they mill everything, or stamp it, I suppose. This one's got slightly larger numbers on it as opposed to this one. It's also got millimeters on the other side of the ruler, and I'm just now noticing this. I've not really, kind of ashamed to say it, I've had this tool for 6 years and I just now noticed the millimeters on it. Shows you how much attention I pay to some things. Slight difference in SOGs right there as opposed to right there, and the same on the opposite side. Overall, a really great tool though. A smaller patent number on this one. SOG is bigger. You can see the differences. Sorry, tangential moment. These are on their website. MSRP is $125. I bought this one on base for $55, and then this one, my buddy's a SOG dealer, so I think I paid about $60 for this one. But honestly, if I had to pay $125 for it, I wouldn't hesitate. These are amazing knives. SOG's got a lifetime warranty on them. They also offer they offer complimentary sharpening with free return shipping on all their knife blades. So if you get a dull knife, if you get a knife that dulls, you send it back to them. They sharpen it to you. They send it back to you for free. So I'm going to fill out the warranty form on this one. I'm going to send this one in, and I guess we'll have a follow-up video. And I'll be honest, if they don't fix it, I'm not going to be upset, because after everything I've put this thing through, I'm amazed that it's lasted as long as it has without breaking sooner. So, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them below in that comment section. If you like the video, hit that like button. Share it with your friends. They might be looking for a great multi-tool. They may not buy a SOG, but they'll learn about something cool today. And be sure to subscribe, because I've got more great videos on the way, and I hope to see you again. Y'all have a great day. Tactical Bacon out.